Today I would like to introduce a movie to you. No Man's Land in Texas. There was a fierce old hunter. He was tired of the ordinary life of hunting. By chance, a perverse idea developed in his mind. Making innocent bystanders his quarry. Then carried out in the desert. He went on a killing spree. Many innocent bystanders became his prey. They all fell under his gun. What kind of demon is he? The cruelty of the film began in No Man's Land. Texas frontier hunter John is driving his car. Take his beloved dog for a great hunt. John is a tough old hunter. He is a perfect marksman. Fire at will within a kilometer range, not for a minute. So he shot a little hare. But John had a cold face. There was no joy in it. He was used to the ordinary hunt. That's not enough for John. Just as John was getting bored, he suddenly found a group of people in a deserted place. This set John's heart racing. A terrible plan flashed through abnormal John's mind. He is going to have a live hunt on this barren frontier. How could there have been such a sudden rush of people? The original. All of these people had been smuggled into the United States from other places. It's the desolation that makes it hard to see. John. He immediately picked up his small sniper rifle, instantly locked the target, decisive as a shot. Suddenly a man fell to the ground. The old hunter's marksmanship makes people shudder. They haven't had time to get the hang of it. Another guy falls under John's gun. John's game of hunting began, and the frightened people ran in all directions. But there was still no escape from John's bullet. More and more people fell under the gun of the devil John. He took a quick smoke and collected himself. The rest of the crowd took advantage of John's cigarette break to run wild. But how could John, in his good humor, let his prey pass so easily? John then drove on with his hound, running in the hot hills. It's not easy. Soon, John the Terrible chased up with the hound. A chase began. The fierce hound quickly brought down a young man. The hound just killed a boy. The rest were even more frightened. Run like hell. To avoid the hound, they had to climb up the steep rocks. Crazy John also climbed up from the other side of the rock. John, who knew the terrain well, climbed to a commanding position at once. There's a wide view here, see exactly where they're going. They were trying to climb between the rocks. At this moment, the funky John sight is in place. Soon the man was shot by John. Tom, who was on the other side, got nervous. Hurriedly evacuated. There were about 20 people. Now it's just the three of them. Tom told the other two, now they must unite. Don't get separated. Then they began their escape. 3 people struggled to move through the rock. At this time, the evil dog followed close behind. John studied the map in the car. Then she smiled a weird smile. Then they found the dog. Frightened, they had to mount the rock again, and it's very dangerous on the side of these steep rocks. One careless fall will kill you. This is one of them, saw the terrible John. He was so frightened that he fell off the cliff and died. Tom and Jenny were now alone, and the sun was about to set. They are still walking in this vast area. There was a look of hopeless desolation in Tom's eyes now. On the other side, Jenny also bowed her head in silence. The atmosphere was more somber and depressing. Then Jenny thought of her parents and her beautiful hometown. It was with the hope of the family, come here to live, only to encounter such a terrible thing. Tom confided in Jenny. It turned out that Tom had to leave the border before the crime. Before leaving, his son also gave him a teddy bear. Tom promised he's sure to come see him later with that teddy bear. Tom's eyes watered as he spoke. It was evening. John the hunter was making a campfire and eating a roast rabbit and some foreign wine. Look up at the stars. Look like he's enjoying it. The night will pass. A new day dawns. At this moment Jenny spotted John's car in the distance, but she was surrounded by a swarm of poisonous snakes. These are rattlesnakes with deadly poison. Jenny found it out with wit and calmness. Then the two made plans. How do I get to John's car and kill the dog? The vicious dog seemed to smell something and ran after it. When the hound comes with John, only Tom's teddy bear was found. John found that he had been fooled. Tom and Jenny were running on either side of his car. Then the hound followed Tom. At a time of crisis, Tom ran into the car. Soon Tom started John's car. Then he left. The two survivors were very happy. They are about to leave this terrible place, but their happiness didn't last long. The terrible John wounded Jenny with a direct shot. Tom was beside himself with panic. The car flipped over instantly. He was an experienced hunter. His bullets could not escape the speeding cars. They were not hurt. Then John the Terrible was coming in their direction. As soon as John arrived with the dog, Tom has run away with Jenny. But Tom could not go very far with the injured Jenny. Then Tom helped Jenny to rest by the side. At this moment, Tom found a flare gun in a first aid kit. Tom told Jenny, if they both go on like this, Tom was sure they would be caught. He decided to go alone and distract John and the hound, so Jenny can have a chance to be rescued. The hunter John, he's got a hound. All the way along the trail of blood over, it's going to find out Jenny. Suddenly a flare shot from Tom in the distance. The moment caught John's eye. He succeeded in coming to Jenny's rescue, but Tom was in danger. Tom ran away frantically and John gave chase. Then Tom stopped dead in his tracks. Because in front of him was a cactus field. But John's voice came closer behind him. But Tom had to rush in. It's all prickly cactus. Tom crawled with difficulty. And the hounds behind were catching up. Then the smart Tom gave him a flare. Instantly solved the evil dog. John came along just then. He found his beloved dog dying. This angered John directly. He swore to kill him. Tom had run out of the cactus zone, and on the road also accidentally saw a moving vehicle. Tom shouted and hurried on. But it's such a big place. His cry seemed so small. They didn't get a response. But at this moment he got a response from John. John the Terrible came after him again, but Tom had to go on the run. The two of them now have more stamina than each other. They braved the heat. Water evaporates from your body. Physical strength is also gradually declining. The distance between them was now very close. Both insisted through gritted teeth. After all, to stop is to die. Both were now exhausted. Now Tom rushed down the hill with John in his arms when he was not looking. John's leg was broken straight away. Then, both men looked at the gun at the same time, but Tom got the gun first. The tables were turned and John appealed directly to Tom for mercy. Asking Tom to save him. Tom did not shoot John directly, but to give John a taste of what the desert is like. At last Tom left alone, leaving John to fend for himself. Brave Tom went back to Jenny. Finally the back of the injured Jenny escaped from this terrible place. The end of the play, a very wonderful film. A stowaway without a place to hide in the boundless desert. If this is exposed to the hunter's gun, no ability to fight back. Under the hunter's precise marksmanship, they get shot in the head or get tripped in the stomach. Let a person feel the powerful hunter fully. In the end the scoundrel got his just deserts. The film is still compact in general. The chase drama is also very intense and exciting. It felt like a desperate run. Friends, like, don't forget thumb up, follow me. Thank you for your attention.